Hi all, today I'm going to be making the tower block inside 3dsmax. This is a video I've kinda made before. I think I've made a video on how I made my level map for my game, which was meant to be some tower blocks on a level, but I've decided it's not very good, so I'm going to do it again. Although this time I'm going to make the assets separately. So to begin with, I'm going to create a tower about that big. To do this, I'm going to start with a box. I'm going to come down. I'm going to attach an edit poly modifier to it, or convert it to an editable poly. I'm going to press 4 on my keyboard, select this face and delete it. Now I'm going to press 3, select the border and press W to go into move, and I'm going to extrude this up by holding shift, clicking the Z coordinate and dragging up to there. Now press F4, and as you can see I've got end of level. I'll do that again. Hold shift, move up to there, and once more hold shift and move up to there. Now I'm going to cap it. Right, and that is going to be my tower. Now you're going to want to, if you want to, you can add a chimney to this, or chimney tubes. I think that's what they're called. And to do that, I'm going to create a separate object. I'm going to make these splines. I'm going to go for a donut. Or do not. And I'm going to go up to edit modifier, sorry. And I'm going to type in sweep. And I'm going to make these a cylinder. Now I'm going to move these with W. I'm going to move these to the building. And I'm going to move them up. And they're a bit big, so I'm going to scale them in. To about that big. And I'm also going to flatten them. Now I'm going to press Y on my keyboard and just place it on top. Still, it's quite big, so I'm just going to go back in scale. I'm going to move it in. Now I'm going to move over there. In fact, I'll do these separately, so I don't need that yet. So this is going to be my tower. I'm just going to press 4 on keyboard. So select an individual plane. I'm going to hold shift and move that up. To create plane, I'm going to clone to object. This will make it a separate object. Gonna call this a roof plane. And up here, you'll see I've now got 2 objects. This one is going to be my tower. And now I have a tower and a roof plane. And as you can see, the pivot point is a bit far below it. So I'm going to go into hierarchy, effect pivot only. Then I'm going to come down here. And I'm going to move the pivot up. Let's turn the thing off. And that seems about right. So I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to turn the effect pivot off. And I'm going to go back to here. And now, as you can see, the pivot has moved. So it's more in line with the plane. Now, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go into edge mode by selecting 2. Select that edge and that edge, and I'm going to go into connect settings. Gonna move the settings more in line with this, so I'm gonna go for 2 segments. Now I'm gonna separate the pinch. To about there. Now I'm gonna press tick. Now I'm going to select these 2 and just press connect. And it should be done for us. Okay, so what we're going to want to do now, we're going to want to press 4 on the keyboard. Select the middle square and delete. Now we want to press, now with 4 selected, we also want to select that ring. And we don't want to do that. My apologies. Press Ctrl Z to get rid of it. Press 3 on the keyboard. Select that border and that border and extrude up. And just cap it. Or don't cap it. Let me see what I've done here. You want bridge, sorry. Yeah, you want bridge. And just select all of them and flip. Until all done. And now when you import it into the engine, you import this one and this one separately, and you can, I'm just going to scale that down a bit, it's a bit big. You can import them both separately, they'll be you can import them separately and they'll look like an actual teleporting bed. Right. So now we can get down to texturing. And you can texture how you want to, so I'm not going to show you that. But yeah, just applying unwrap UVW modifier. See them both as separate objects. To do that, you select one, go up to File, Export, and Export selected. And that will allow you to export just one of the things you've created in 3D space. And that's basically how I'm going to make my buildings. I'm Dylan Smith, and thank you all for watching.